Hello YouTube, this is going to be a new kind of series of videos I'm going to do. As you can see, it's December, it's coming up to Christmas. Just spin you around a minute. You can see all the decorations are up, everybody's happy. My wife has the Christmas 24-hour movie channel on. Excellent. So yeah, it's a good time of year. This is a new series of videos I'm going to do. I'm not going to do filament reviews as such, because that involves a lot of testing, which is very boring, and I don't want to do anything that's boring. So I just wanted to explain up front, all these kind of reviews where I'm spotlighting a company or products, etc. I'm not paid by them. All the stuff you see that I give examples of is not free. They're all been bought by me for the full price, no discounts. I have no affiliation to the companies. I don't get any kickbacks if you buy from them. And all of these products is because I've done the research and I've selected these products. I thought they might be good. I bought them, tried them out, and the results is what you can see. So for all of these videos, it'll be exactly the same. Completely unbiased review on these kind of products. So I wanted to do a set of videos that spotlight on particular companies or particular filaments or something like that I use and I've tested and I've proven it's great for me, and maybe you like it too. But I wanted to focus on some of the smaller companies, primarily UK, but not exclusively. I'll do some others around the world as well. Yeah, just so you get a feel of, maybe discover something that you haven't really used before. I've got a few in mind. This one today is going to be about a company called 3D Printz Ltd. They're a UK company. They haven't been trading that long. They less than a year. So in 2017 they started the company up, and they're a group of people. There's only 3 of them, and they're many years in manufacturing, many years in business and computer tech. And they got to the point where I think a lot of us got to, where they were buying a lot of filaments all over the world, some of them cheap, some of them not cheap, not consistent quality, don't really know what you're going to get. So in the end, they decided to start this company up, 3D Printz, and produce their own filaments and products for you to use, but with known guaranteed kind of quality. So they specify exactly what filament they want to their manufacturers, manufactured outside of the company at the moment. But they specify no fillers in the filament. A lot of companies use fillers to bulk it out, make it cheaper to manufacture, but you end up getting poorer quality prints. They only use pure pigment, so you get very high quality color saturation throughout the filament. The filament tolerance is 0.003, which is a very good quality tolerance for the diameter throughout the filament. 0.005 is generally the industry standard, I would say. There is lower and higher. There's no tangles on the roll. I haven't had any tangles on the roll. And it's really good stuff. So I'm going to show you a little bit of filaments and some of the other stuff they do, and then we'll round it up from there. So these are the boxes they come in. Which one's this? This is a bronze, I think. So it's quite a plain box. Let's turn you around so you can see the details. Let's have a look at that. Is that the copper or the bronze? Oh no, that's the bronze, sorry. Let's get the copper out by the side. Yeah. So you can see the copper on the left, bronze on the right. Let's pick a bronze print. Look at this one to start with. This was printed in this bronze. This is at 0.2 layer height, so this is just draft. This is not high quality print. This is just an average quality print. Can see very smooth, very consistent extrusion, so no blobs, no zits, very little stringing once you get it set up. I'm printing this at 205 degrees at the hot end and 62 degrees on the bed. Sticks lovely to the bed. The adhesion is fantastic. You can see all the detail there. Not bad for a draft print. So this is bronze. See the base layer, perfectly smooth. It's just great stuff. So there you go, that's one print. Let's look at another print a little bit different. This is the Luby model, hold your pen. Again, this one was at 0.1 resolution, so much finer. You can see the print is just absolutely fantastic. It's a perfect print. You can even see in the hands, you can see the detail in the hands, picked up all the tiny bits, and at this point the head's going from here to here to here, so it tends to get string in, but this isn't too bad. There was a little bit of string in which I cleaned up, but you can see all the features in the face and headdress and everything. Amazing. So that's at 0.1 layer height. So on vase mode, which is, I tend to do this on all my prints. This is I actually use velocity because I wanted a bit of texture. So this is not smooth, but this is done on purpose to give it texture. But you can see it's a very smooth, very strong, no cracking, no layered delamination, strong base, doesn't pop off. Yeah, look, no ringing, that's partly due to the printer, but no ringing, no artifacts, no stringing at all on this one. Great colour, you can see in the sun now. It is looking like a bronze. You get a lot of these things that are, they say bronze, but they're not really bronze. This is another one, 0.1, nice ball. So I'm not going to do test prints and things because they're super boring. I'm going to do real prints that people might want to print. I had a lot of supports on this one and they all come away cleanly, so it's good for supports. I slightly under extrude my supports to make them easier to remove. But yeah, you can see here even at the tips, printing very fine at the tips. The ears, all the details, fantastic. So yeah, really nice. What else? Let's go for something small, so like a tabletop character for those who like tabletops. This is a very tiny print. This is 0.1 millimeters high. See the texture in the base, it's great. Bronze is picking up the sunlight really nice. You can see all the details on the back, all the textures on the front. There's a lot of texture on the front. And the face. Really tiny details now. Really nice. So that's kind of tabletop, perfectly smooth base. You can see, lovely. So really nice. I think that's all the bronze ones I got. Now, so that's bronze. I wanted to try their metallics because I didn't have many metallics and just wanted to try it. That's bronze. So they also do a few more. Another one I have is a copper. So this is the copper, all the details on the label. You can see very consistent, very good colour all the way through, good metallics, good pigments, no crossovers, no jams or anything like that. So let's see some prints on the copper. I haven't done that many prints on the copper yet, but this is one I have done. This is probably my most complex and difficult print I've ever done. You can see, so look at the detail close up. This is absolutely perfect, this print. You can't see the layer lines, they're so fine. This is done at 0.1 millimeters. Loads and loads of supports. Basically everything has supports. This is separate, this is separate, this is separate, this is separate. But you can see even up on the very high bits, lovely detail there. All the supports had to be come away and treated, and they were treated quite easily. You can see on the back all the detail. It's incredible. So this is in the copper. I'll show it next to the bronze so you can see. So you can see this is the bronze, this is the copper. Really nice. Nice big prints. Going to print some more copper stuff. Haven't printed enough. Right, what's next? Another one I've got from them is a translucent one. I wanted to try translucents. So this is just printing some small parts at the moment. This is like a smoked glass. So it's translucent with a slight tint to it. These are amazing. I haven't done translucents before, but it comes out like ice or like smoked glass. In here you can see all the infill. Lovely smooth print. This is printed at 202 degrees, so a little bit less, because the more temperature you get on the translucents, the more stringing you get, but 202 seems to be the sweet spot, and there's no stringing at all. This is straight off the bed. This is a stand for something else I've printed. So I thought I'd do a little test print with it. This is Om Nom. Some of you might recognise him. This is 0.1 layer height. This is in the translucent. This is no infill, so this is just pure going round and round and round with nothing in the middle. It's hollow. But yeah, adhesion, incredibly strong. This ends up being solid just because of the size of it and the number of perimeters I got. Yeah, you can see in there some stuff going on inside where it's gone across. It's just incredible stuff. It is just like smoked glass. I love it. So a lot of my stands for my models I'm going to do in this, and anything where I need translucency, I'm going to do some crystals, like fantasy crystal stuff. I think that'll look great in it. But prints really, really well. So there you go, that's the translucents. Now, other products they do this stuff. It's not theirs, but they supply it. It's called Mech 3. It's an oil for printers, and it's pretty good stuff. Now, I don't need oil on my CR10 because it's all rollers and stuff, so you don't need it. But I have got one with linear bearings, so I will be using it on that one. So we'll be able to test that and see if it's any good. It's not that expensive, but the weight of the oil has been designed specifically for printers. Now I asked them to, don't ask them to do this because it's a real pain in the neck, but I wanted a few different samples just to see what the colours were like. Obviously when you print them, the colours come out a little bit different to when you see them raw, so it's not really a good indication, but you can just see all the different types they do. They've got lots of different types. So they've got silvers, translucents, they've got a clear. They got the smoked glass, but they've also got a clear one as well, which is crystal clear. I like that a lot. And the pigments are very solid. The colours are very good. You've got your blacks and whites. They've also got a skin tone, which is slightly off-white, slightly pinky white, which is quite nice. These are glow in the dark. I'll talk a bit about that in a minute. So they have a whole range. They have metallics, they have translucents, they have glow in the darks, they have colour changing with temperature filaments, which look quite interesting, so I might do those. One thing you need to know about glow in the dark filaments is the metallic particles in there that they use to glow in the dark are very abrasive, they're very hard, so you need a hardened nozzle if you're going to do glow in the dark filaments. They do ABS, they do PETG, they do PLA. They do TPU, which is a flexible filament, so that's really good. I want to try that. And they do a PVA. Now, PVA is a water-soluble filament, so you can do your supports in PVA and then dissolve them off after if you want perfect prints, so that's quite interesting. PVA is normally exceptionally expensive, but they've got their cost down quite reasonable. All of their filaments are very reasonable for a small company doing relatively small volumes for individual customers, so that's a big plus, I think. Now, the translucent one, I've got something printing at the moment, so let's go up and see that printing. If not, I'll bring it down, you can see it's done, so we'll see where that's at the moment. So it's already done, but if you look, it kind of catches the light. This is the, cool. This is the translucent, you can see all the way through it. This is the smoked glass one. Incredible. It's the first time I've seen it in a vase. Let's go downstairs and have a look properly. This is the, they call it translucent grey, but I think it's more of a smoked glass. So this is one layer thick. You can see it's totally transparent, which is amazing. This is the first time I've seen this one printed like this. But yeah, it's very translucent. Now, the problem you get with a lot of translucent filaments is when you print it, you get tiny white air bubbles in it. So it goes opaque. It's not translucent at all. But for some reason, at 203 degrees, this one prints very cleanly. You can really see through it well. Catches the light well. It's kind of like a mica type surface, really. Quite shiny, quite sparkly. But for great adhesion, very strong. Can't probably break it, but I'll try it. But if you think about this, this is only 0.4 millimeters thick, so for that thickness, that's amazing strength. It's just perfect. This is 0.2 layer height, so this is just a draft. This is not fine. So this would print amazing fine, even clearer probably. That's all from this series. This was 3dprints.co.uk. Go and check them out on the website. Have a read of the About page and you can decide what the company is all about and if it's the sort of company you want to work with. I would say they're very responsive to customer queries and emails. They get back to you within the day normally, even at weekends. I've never had a problem with that. Any questions, they'll answer any questions for you. Go check them out. I highly recommend them. Great product, great company. So if you like these kind of videos and spotlights on little companies that are around 3D printing, let me know and I'll do some more. I've got a few more lined up if you're interested in those. And then maybe helps you discover a little bit more unusual filaments or higher quality stuff that the unbranded stuff, you just got no idea what you're buying. So anyway, thank you very much for that. Hope you like it. Check them out and do a few prints. You can buy small samples if you want to do a sample print and check them out, see what you think. Okay, cheers, bye.